Hello, beautiful friends. Whether you are sober, newly sober, or sober curious, I want to bring something to the table. And that is the feeling that because the world is burning, that's a great excuse to drink alcohol. And logically, that might sound about right. Every day we wake up to some kind of new calamity, and that's all I'll say about that. And a lot of people, and this is what I see on social media, I see a lot of people struggling and saying things like, well, this is no time to be sober. I can't wait to have a glass of wine or a bottle of wine. I can't wait to just have a drink. And I understand. I'm very sympathetic because I was that person who turned to alcohol to help deaden the pain of living in this world. But I don't think that turning to alcohol is the answer. I really don't. And I'll tell you why. Actually, I've got some notes here, so please forgive me for checking my notes. These are 3 powerful reasons to stay sober when it feels like the world is unstable. First of all, sobriety protects your clarity in uncertain times. And this is something I feel strongly about. For me personally, I want to be at my best, my healthiest. I want to be at the top of my game, especially now when it feels like the world is insane, because I want to be able to make good decisions for myself and for my family. This is not the time to be numb. It's a time to be paying attention and making good choices and to really dig in and work on our health. And there's a lot of reasons why I think that. Number 1, alcohol isn't really going to help you. It's going to increase your stress that you already have because your sleep's going to be disrupted. I mean, I think it's pretty common knowledge that alcohol disrupts your sleep. It raises your cortisol. That's no bueno. It increases depression and anxiety. Well, if you're already dealing with depression and anxiety, alcohol is going to make it worse. And right now, we're trying to cope with things. Drinking alcohol lowers resilience. In other words, you can bounce back better from things that are happening and news that you hear. You can bounce back better when you're sober. In unstable times, clarity is survival. You need to be able to be emotionally regulated, not bouncing up and down with your emotions. You want to be stable and secure in your emotions for your family, and you want to be able to sleep well. Sobriety gives you the tools that the world is demanding right now, actually. Number 2, you become a source of stability instead of another casualty. So let's just say, for example, the world is burning, and then you do something crazy because you drink too much. You're causing more stress for your family, and nobody needs that right now. Nobody needs a phone call at 2 a.m. saying, hey, please come bail me out of jail. Becoming a source of stability instead of another casualty. You're more disconnected, I believe, when you're drinking alcohol. You're disconnected, and people really need each other right now. So we need each other to show up. In hard times, families, communities, and friendships steady people. I've been sober for 113 days, and I can tell you, in just 113 days, I can tell that I am already so much more available for my friends and my family. That's a big deal. That's a huge big deal. The third in the reasons to stay sober when the world feels like it's falling apart. Third reason, numbing pain delays healing. It doesn't protect you. So I can only speak from experience, but 113 days sober, I am healing in ways and in levels that I cannot even put words to. It's understandable that people want relief, they want numbing, but actually, alcohol's a big liar. It doesn't make things better. It really doesn't. It creates fear and grief and anger and powerlessness. It postpones and magnifies. Global unrest is real. But economic fears are real, but drinking doesn't change the political landscape. It doesn't protect your job. It doesn't secure your future. What it can do is harm your health, damage your relationships, set back any progress that you've made, and undermine your strength. So right now, strength matters more than being sedated. Now, I'm not saying this from a judgy place. You guys, I was the first in line at every restaurant, at every grand opening, art gallery. When I lived in Santa Fe, I was one of those people that thought that I needed alcohol just to live a good life. I actually thought it was part of healthy living, which is far from the truth. It's really not. So I'm not saying these things in judgment. I have nothing but empathy and compassion for anybody struggling with alcohol. And I just want to throw in something that if I can be sober from alcohol, anybody can. I mean that. In my mind, I was the farthest from ever going the sober route. And I look back on it now, and it really did not enhance my life. It cost a ton of money. I remember when I used to go to the grocery store, and it wasn't a grocery store visit without buying wine. I bought wine every single time I bought groceries. And even then, I'd sometimes run out. Now, I wasn't a rip-roaring drunk. I wasn't out crashing cars. I wasn't doing anything terribly dramatic, but I was dumbing down my instincts and my perception, my clarity. And the reason I can say that now is because I'm into it 113 days, and the changes are miraculous. I wish I had done this a long time ago. But to summarize all of this, I understand that you may think that alcohol is going to help fix or numb or make it easier to live in the world right now, but it's not the truth. It's the opposite. Sure, sometimes I feel like, I would just like to have a cocktail. But then I remember, wait a minute, it causes me to feel anxiety. It messes up my sleep. It causes me to think more negative thoughts. It causes me to feel more anxious and more depressed. So I just want to encourage you, if you're sitting on the fence, you're thinking about trying sobriety, I really encourage you to give it a shot. When I originally got sober, I just was doing it for a 28-day, kind of like an experiment. I wanted to, I've done that many times. I've done 30-day patches. I've done 60-day patches. I've tried being sober for a little bit. But for some reason, this particular time, this last time that I did a 28-day sobriety challenge, I felt so good after the 28 days that I thought, okay, I'm going to go another day. And that's how I started. I started making that choice one day at a time, which sounds so cliche, one day at a time, but that's literally what we have. We are given a day at a time, and within the day you're in is when you make your decisions. So you can decide today, I'm not going to have any alcohol today. You don't have to worry about the future. You don't have to plan, like, am I going to drink another someday? It doesn't matter. Right now, you're in today, so you choose sobriety in the day that you are in, which is today. So just to sum it all up and put a bow on it, choosing sobriety during global tension is not denial, it's courage. So with all the courage that you have, decide today that no more alcohol for today. And take that stand for yourself, for your health, for your well-being, for your mental health, your physical health, spiritual health, and do it for your family. First for you, and then for your family. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope this message reaches somebody that needs to hear it. Be blessed.